Okay, welcome back for Numbers chapter 24, verse 1. When Balaam, again, who was a prophet for the Moabites, saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he did not go as at other times to seek omens, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Israel camping tribe by tribe, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And let's remember, the Spirit of God came to King Saul as well, who we all know was no bueno. There is a difference between the Spirit coming to individuals to carry out His will versus coming into them to abide with them based upon their faith and obedience. Verse 3, He took up his discourse and said, The oracle of Balaam the son of Peor, and the oracle of a man whose eye is opened, the oracle of him who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down, yet having his eyes uncovered. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Like valleys that stretch out, like gardens besides the river, like aloes planted by the Lord, like cedars besides the water. Water will flow from his buckets, and his seed will be by many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. Agag was an Amalekite king, which we'll learn more about in the book of 1 Samuel. Verse 8, God brings him out of Egypt. He is for him like the horns of the wild ox. He will devour the nations who are his adversaries, and will crush their bones in pieces, and shatter them with his arrows. He couches, he lies down as a lion, and as a lion, who dares rouse him? Blessed is everyone who blesses you, and cursed is everyone who curses you, referencing Israel. Verse 10, Then Balak's anger burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. And Balak said to Balaam, I called you to curse my enemies, but behold, you have persisted in blessing them these 3 times. Therefore, flee to your place now. I said I would honor you greatly, but behold, the Lord has held you back from honor. Balaam said to Balak, Did I not tell your messengers whom you had sent to me, saying, Though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not do anything contrary to the command of the Lord, either good or bad, of my own accord? What the Lord speaks, that I will speak. So let's take note that Balaam did receive financial incentive to turn against Israel from Balak. Verse 14, And now, behold, I am going to my people. Come, and I will advise you what this people will do to your people in the days to come. He took up his discourse and said, The oracle of Balaam the son of Peor, and the oracle of the man whose eye is opened, the oracle of him who hears the words of God, and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down, yet having his eyes uncovered. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come forth from Jacob, a scepter shall rise from Israel, and shall crush through the forehead of Moab, and tear down all the sons of Sheth. This prophecy had to do with a ruler over Israel coming from Judah who would crush through the forehead of Moab and conquer Edom. He will have total dominion. Verse 18, Edom shall be a possession. Seir, its enemies, also will be a possession, while Israel performs valiantly. One from Jacob shall have dominion, and will destroy the remnant from the city. And he looked at Amalek and took up his discourse and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his end shall be destruction. And he looked at Kenite and took up his discourse and said, Your dwelling place is enduring, and your nest is set in the cliff. Nevertheless, Cain will be consumed. How long will Asher keep you captive? So the Spirit of God is just using Balaam as an instrument here to proclaim prophetic truth regarding the future to come. Verse 23, Then he took up his discourse and said, Alas, who can live except God has ordained it? But ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Asher and will afflict Eber. So they also will come to destruction. Then Balaam arose and departed and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. So at the end of the chapter here, Balaam sees far into the future when the ships of Kittim would destroy Asher and Eber, Many scholars think that Kittim refers not only to Cyprus specifically, but also to all Western Mediterranean maritime powers, particularly Rome. This remarkable prophecy found fulfillment in the overthrow of Ashur, which represented Mesopotamia and Persia, in Eber, which was the original name for the Hebrews or the Israelites. Later, Rome did indeed incorporate the traces of the Assyrian Empire as well as Israel within its universal domination. All right, so we're not done with Balaam's adventures just yet. Please join me tomorrow as we carry on. Thanks for being here. God bless you.